Frustrated by the outdated expectations that society throws at you simply because you've celebrated 7 decades of life? You're not alone. In fact, a recent study showed that over 60% of women over 70 feel invisible, misunderstood, or underestimated. But what if I told you that by the end of this video, you'll not only feel seen, but you'll have a clear roadmap to dismantle those archaic notions and truly thrive? This isn't about defying age, it's about redefining it. We're going to expose 12 things that simply don't make sense for women after 70 anymore, from fashion to finances, and give you the actionable steps to reclaim your power. Don't skip ahead. The most liberating perspective shift comes at 2:15. Let's dive in. First up, the notion that your style needs to become sensible or age-appropriate. Who decided that once you hit 70, you automatically lose your taste for vibrant colors, edgy cuts, or anything that expresses your unique personality? This isn't just about clothes. It's about a deeply ingrained societal pressure to fade into the background. Think about it. Every year, fashion evolves, and so do we. Why should a woman who has lived through decades of trends suddenly be confined to a beige box? The real secret, and most people miss this, is that personal style is an extension of your inner self, and that self continues to grow and evolve, regardless of the number of candles on your birthday cake. But here's the twist. Embracing a youthful modern style isn't about trying to look 30 again. It's about dressing in a way that makes you feel confident, alive, and authentic to who you are now. We'll explore how to update your wardrobe strategically, not just superficially. Comment yes if you've ever felt pressured to dress a certain way just because of your age. The micro solution here is to identify just one item in your current wardrobe that you love but feel too old to wear, and then make a plan to incorporate it into an outfit this week. Maybe it's a bold scarf, a statement necklace, or even a pair of slightly distressed jeans. Try this now and see what happens to your confidence. The next illogical expectation, that your social calendar should dwindle to bridge club and doctor's appointments. This idea that after 70, women should retreat from vibrant social engagement is not only depressing, but it's detrimental to mental and physical health. Loneliness is a silent epidemic, yet society often pushes older women into isolation rather than encouraging connection. We're talking about enriching your life, pursuing new interests, and forging new friendships. Remember Mary, a client of mine who, at 72, decided to take up competitive ballroom dancing? Everyone around her, even her well-meaning children, thought it was a phase. Wait until you see what happened next. Not only did she find a new passion, but she built an entirely new social circle, traveling to competitions and experiencing a vitality she hadn't felt in years. This wasn't just about dancing. It was about busting through the mental barrier that told her those days are over. The real secret here, which comes at 4:30, is about proactive networking and deliberately seeking out communities that align with your evolving interests. If you find yourself thinking, but where do I even start? That's a common hurdle. Option A for expanding your social circle might be joining a local club or community center, which is great for familiar activities. Option B, and often more invigorating, is to explore online communities or classes focused on niche interests. Think virtual book clubs, online art workshops, or even gaming groups. The internet has opened up a world of connection that simply didn't exist for previous generations. If you've tried joining groups before and felt like an outsider, do Y instead. Actively seek out multi-generational groups. Sometimes connecting with people across different age ranges can be incredibly refreshing and broaden your perspective in unexpected ways. Don't forget, the game-changing tip on how to sustain these new connections comes at 6 Nas. Another thing that just doesn't make sense for women over 70, believing your learning days are behind you. The idea that intellectual curiosity has an expiration date is not only absurd, but it ignores the incredible plasticity of the human brain. Many women, after raising families and building careers, finally have the time and freedom to pursue long-held curiosities or entirely new subjects. Why should this period be marked by intellectual stagnation? We're talking about learning a new language, mastering a musical instrument, diving into advanced history, or even taking up coding. The research is clear. Continuous learning is a powerful tool for cognitive health and prevents mental decline. One unexpected case study: Eleanor, a retired literature professor, decided at 75 to learn quantum physics, a subject entirely outside her comfort zone. Her initial struggles were real, but her persistence led to not only a deep understanding, but also a renewed sense of purpose and intellectual vigor. She found herself engaging in conversations she never thought possible. The real secret to making this sustainable is setting small, achievable learning goals, which we'll cover in detail soon. Most people miss step number 3. I'll explain why at 8:45. To immediately put this into practice, try this now. Open your browser and search for a free online course or a documentary series on a topic you've always been curious about but never explored. Even 15 minutes a day can kickstart this incredible journey. This isn't just about accumulating knowledge, it's about keeping your mind sharp and your spirit engaged. The next outdated notion we need to demolish is the idea that your financial decisions should become overly conservative, or that you should shy away from managing your own money. For decades, many women were raised with the expectation that men would handle the finances, or that once retired, your main goal was simply to not run out. This passive approach robs you of control and often leaves you vulnerable. After 70, you often have more financial clarity and fewer major expenses than in previous life stages, making it an ideal time to refine your investment strategy, explore new income streams, or even start that passion project you always dreamed of, which could generate supplementary income. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on how to safely explore new financial avenues comes at 10:30. A common troubleshooting tip here: if you feel overwhelmed by the complexity of investing, instead of giving up, do why. Start with a reputable, low-fee robo-advisor or consider a financial literacy course specifically designed for women. The goal isn't to become a stock market guru overnight, but to gain confidence and make informed decisions about your money. This isn't just about wealth, it's about financial independence and security. We're talking about having the freedom to live the life you desire without constantly worrying about limitations. The real secret, and what most financial advisors don't emphasize enough, is understanding your why behind your money goals. What experiences do you want to fund? What legacy do you want to build? We'll explore method comparisons like DIY investing versus professional advisor and help you decide which path is right for you. Comment yes if you're ready to take more control of your financial future. And then there's the utterly ridiculous expectation that your physical activity should be limited to gentle walks and stretching. While those are wonderful, the notion that rigorous exercise, strength training, or even new sports are off limits after 70 is simply false and incredibly limiting. Our bodies are capable of incredible things, and maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and cardiovascular health is more critical as we age, not less. This isn't about becoming an Olympic athlete. It's about preserving your independence, reducing the risk of falls, and enjoying a higher quality of life. Think of Sarah, who at 78 started lifting weights with a personal trainer. Her initial goal was just to be able to lift her gardening bags without strain. But here's the twist. Within a year, she was stronger than she had been in decades, had better balance, and reported significantly less joint pain. Her doctor was astonished by her progress. The real secret to sustained physical activity, which comes at 12, is finding something you genuinely enjoy and making it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Most people miss step 3 here, the importance of progressive overload, which I'll explain why at 13:15. A micro solution you can implement immediately. Find one bodyweight exercise you can do safely, maybe it's wall push-ups, chair squats, or modified planks, and commit to doing just 3 sets of 10 repetitions 3 times a week. Try this now and feel the difference in your energy levels. If you've tried exercising before and found it caused discomfort, do why instead. Consult with a physiotherapist or a trainer specializing in older adults. They can help you adapt exercises to your body's specific needs and limitations, ensuring safety and effectiveness. This is about working with your body, not against it. We're talking about extending your health span, not just your lifespan. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on how to overcome exercise plateaus comes at 14:45. Another thing that absolutely doesn't make sense for women after 70. The idea that your voice no longer matters or that your opinions are less relevant. After decades of accumulated wisdom, life experience, and perspective, the notion that older women should simply be seen and not heard is not only insulting but a massive loss for society. Your insights are invaluable, whether in family discussions, community decisions, or broader societal conversations. This isn't about being argumentative. It's about sharing your hard-won wisdom, advocating for causes you believe in, and ensuring that your perspective is part of the dialogue. Remember Clara, who at 76 became a passionate advocate for accessible public transport in her city. She organized meetings, spoke to local council members, and shared her personal experiences. Wait until you see what happened next. Her tireless efforts led to significant improvements, making a real difference in the lives of countless seniors and people with disabilities. Her voice wasn't just heard, it inspired action. The real secret to making your voice impactful, which comes at 16, is identifying your core values and finding platforms where you can genuinely contribute. Try this now. Identify one issue in your local community or within your family that you feel strongly about. Instead of just thinking about it, commit to sharing your perspective with one person or group this week. Even a small step can be incredibly empowering. This isn't about seeking confrontation, it's about authentic expression, the next outdated expectation that your romantic or intimate life should simply cease to exist. This pervasive myth that desire and connection vanish after a certain age is not only untrue for many women, but actively harmful. Love, companionship, and intimacy are fundamental human needs that do not have an age limit. Whether you're in a long-term relationship, seeking new companionship, or simply embracing self-love, the idea that these aspects of your life should be ignored after 70 is deeply flawed. We're talking about nurturing existing relationships, exploring new connections, and honoring your own needs and desires without shame or societal judgment. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on navigating modern dating and companionship for older women comes at 18. A common troubleshooting tip here: if you feel uncomfortable with the idea of seeking new companionship, do Y instead. Focus on strengthening existing platonic friendships. Sometimes deepening connections with friends can fulfill many of the same needs for companionship and emotional intimacy. And for those in long-term relationships, prioritize regular communication and shared experiences to keep the spark alive. This is about embracing the full spectrum of human connection. The real secret here is that intimacy takes many forms, and defining what it means for you is the most important step. We'll explore method comparisons like online dating versus social groups and help you find the approach that feels authentic. Comment yes if you believe love and companionship have no age limit. Next, the utterly illogical assumption that you should no longer set ambitious goals or pursue grand dreams. This narrative that after 70 life becomes a winding down process is not only limiting but directly contradicts the vibrant reality of many women today. Whether it's writing a book, starting a small business, traveling the world, or mastering a complex skill, the human spirit's capacity for ambition doesn't magically disappear. We're talking about leveraging your life experience, your newfound time, and your wisdom to embark on ventures that genuinely excite you. Remember Patricia, who at 71 launched an online ethical fashion brand using sustainable materials. Everyone told her it was too much. Too late. But here's the twist. Not only did her brand flourish, but she found a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment she hadn't experienced even in her earlier career. Her unique perspective resonated with customers, proving that age can be a powerful asset, not a barrier. The real secret here, which comes at 2030, is breaking down your grand dream into manageable bite-sized steps. Most people miss step number 3, the importance of finding a supportive community or mentor, which I'll explain why at 21:45. A micro solution you can implement now. Think of one big dream you've always harbored. Then identify the very first tiny step you could take this week towards it. Even if it's just researching, ordering a book, or talking to someone who has done something similar. Try this now and feel the surge of possibility. If you've started a big project before and felt overwhelmed, do Y instead. Dedicate just 30 minutes once a week purely to working on that dream. Consistency, even in small doses, is far more effective than sporadic bursts of intense effort. This isn't about instant success, it's about sustained pursuit. We're talking about continuing to grow, to challenge yourself, and to leave your mark on the world in new and exciting ways. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on how to handle setbacks and criticism comes at 23:15. Another thing that makes absolutely no sense for women after 70 is feeling obligated to conform to rigid beauty standards or fighting every natural sign of aging. While personal grooming and feeling good about your appearance are always important, the relentless pursuit of youthful perfection often leads to immense pressure, unnecessary expense, and can diminish self-acceptance. The idea that wrinkles are something to be hidden or that gray hair is a sign of decline is an outdated narrative that strips women of their natural beauty and the wisdom etched into their faces. We're talking about embracing self-love, prioritizing health and vitality, and defining beauty on your own terms. Consider the shift in perspective when embracing natural gray hair, for example. What was once seen as letting yourself go is now increasingly celebrated as a mark of confidence and authenticity. This isn't about neglecting self-care. It's about redirecting that energy towards practices that genuinely enhance your well-being, like good skincare, healthy eating, and joyful movement, rather than endless battles against the inevitable. The real secret, which comes at 25s, is cultivating an inner radiance that no cosmetic procedure can replicate. Comment yes if you're ready to redefine beauty on your own terms. To immediately put this into practice, try this now. Look in the mirror and instead of focusing on perceived flaws, find one feature you genuinely appreciate about yourself. It could be your eyes, your smile, or the strength in your posture. Acknowledge and appreciate it. This simple act of conscious appreciation can be incredibly powerful. If you've struggled with body image issues in the past, do Y instead. Unfollow social media accounts that promote unrealistic beauty standards and actively seek out content creators or public figures who celebrate authentic aging and diverse forms of beauty. Curate your visual environment to uplift you. We're talking about building self-esteem from the inside out. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on how to handle external pressures or unsolicited advice about your appearance comes at 26:30. And finally, the utterly nonsensical belief that you should stop traveling or exploring new places. The idea that travel is only for the young or for those with endless energy is a myth that needs to be shattered. After 70, many women have the time, and often the resources, to embark on journeys they've always dreamed of. Whether it's a cross-country road trip, an international adventure, or simply exploring nearby towns you've never visited, the world remains full of wonders to discover. This isn't about scaling Mount Everest. It's about satisfying your wanderlust, creating new memories, and experiencing different cultures and landscapes. Think of Joan, who at 74 took her first solo trip to Italy. She wasn't sure if she could do it, but she planned meticulously, joined a small group tour, and had the adventure of a lifetime. Her initial fear quickly turned into exhilaration. But here's the twist. She realized that many of the fears holding her back were self-imposed and not based on reality. The real secret, which comes at 28, is meticulous planning and prioritizing comfort and safety without sacrificing adventure. Most people miss step number 3, the importance of travel insurance and flexible bookings, which I'll explain why at 29:15. To immediately put this into practice, try this now. Open a map and pick one place, near or far, that you've always wanted to visit. Spend 15 minutes researching one interesting fact or potential activity in that location. Let your imagination begin to plan the journey. If you've hesitated to travel due to physical limitations, do why instead. Research accessible travel options, join guided tours designed for seniors, or consider a cruise which offers comfort and diverse destinations with less physical exertion. This isn't about proving anything, it's about experiencing the richness of the world. Don't skip ahead. The game-changing tip on how to pack smartly for extended trips comes at 30:45. We've covered so much, from style and social life to finances, physical activity and dreams. The common thread here is reclaiming your agency and challenging the limiting beliefs that society, and sometimes even we ourselves, impose. Life after 70 isn't a decline, it's an ascent into a phase of unparalleled wisdom, freedom, and potential. It's about stripping away what no longer serves you and embracing everything that truly makes sense for the magnificent woman you are now. Final call to action. Watch next. For even deeper insights into building financial independence at any age, click on our video 5 Smart Money Moves for Women Over 60, linked here. Save this guide. Don't forget to grab your free downloadable Thriving After 70, Your Action Plan guide. It's got a step-by-step breakdown of everything we discussed, plus bonus resources. The link is in the description below. Subscribe for part 2, where I'll reveal 7 unexpected joys of life after 70. You won't want to miss the inspiring stories and practical tips we have in store. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're the first to know when it drops. Thank you for watching. Remember, your age is not a cage. It's a testament to your resilience, your wisdom, and your ongoing journey of discovery. Go out there and live it to the fullest. Closing shot. The energetic woman from the beginning, perhaps winking or giving a thumbs up as the music swells to an uplifting crescendo. End screen with CTAs clearly visible.